Welcome to Pure Mathematics 1, Chapter 3, Sequence and Theory. Topic: Binomial Expansion. So what's meant by binomial expansion? Binomial expansion means that when you have two terms, here the word bi means two, in the form a plus b to the power n. And now we have to expand it into a lot of terms. And look at this example. I have the binomial expansions of x plus 1 from the power 1 to the power 5. You can see here. But now I will write down the coefficients of each term into a new table down here. 1, 1, 1, 1 here. 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, and 1, 5, 10. Here's a 10, 5, 1. This one is called the Pascal triangle. We will use this one in order to find the coefficient when we expand something. So let me take an example down here. When I want to expand x plus 2 to the power 4. We all know that because here is to the power 4, the coefficient is the same for any single expansion. In this case, which is x plus 2 and to the power 4, so the thing will keep the same this time. Coefficient will be the same, just different. So now my first value would be 1 x to the power 4, and the next term is 4 multiplied by x to the power 3 multiplied by 2 to the power 1. Remember that when you have two terms here, here's n. Here's the power of this one. So the sum of the power of C2 might be equal to the power of the term that we expand. This one is called the binomial expansion. Binomial expansion. And so on up here we call it binomial coefficient. Binomial coefficient. Down here. Keep going with that. We know the coefficient of the next term is 6. We write out 6 multiplied by x to the power 2. You see that the powers of x decrease, but now the power of 2 increase. So when you in the next term would be 4 multiplied by x multiplied by 2 to the power 3. X to the power 1 is still 4. And here we have 2 to the power 4. And we can expand that in this form, x to the power 4 plus 8 to the power x to the power 3 plus 24 x squared plus 32 x plus 16 plus 16. And now we will work out on the binomial expansion of this one as an example. And now you can see that here is the power 5. So we can identify the binomial coefficients for the power 5. 1 by 10, 10 by 1. From Pascal triangle, the expressions of this one will be rewrite at 2a plus minus 3b, 2a plus minus 3b. Because when you want to do the binomial expansion, you have to make something in the form of a plus b in order to expand it correctly. If you do the minus in here, it will be really confusing when you get into the expansion. So remember to treat it in the form of a plus b, which is something plus something. So we have the expansion. The first term to the power 5, coefficient is 1. The next term, the powers of 2a decrease, and the power of minus 3b increase from 0 to 1, and here to 2, to 3, to 4, and to 5. And the powers of 2a decrease from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So for the final value, we will get this one. With the previous questions, we just have to face up with very low power. Here's 4 or 2a minus 3, 5 here. The numbers, we can work out the coefficient by using the Pascal triangle. But with problem like this, I have x plus 3 to the powers of 20. So we cannot keep going to write out the Pascal triangle. And to in order to find the coefficient of this one, we have to use the formulas from the Pascal triangle to find the coefficients of this one. So let me rewrite the Pascal triangle. Here, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, and 1, 5, 10, 1. So the Pascal triangle, you take 2, the one above, plus m, and write down here. So 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, right in the middle of the next row. And look at this one now. How we can work out the formulas for the coefficient of the Pascal triangle. Look at this one. I call this one in the first row. And here the second row. Here the third row. And this one is the fourth row. And this one is the fifth row. Okay. Because all of them are want the position in the row which is 0. Here 0. So this one's position is 2 because 0, 1, and 2. This one's position is 2, 2, 0, 1, and 2. And maybe this one's position would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one's position is 4. Now we use these formulas. N CR equal to n factorial over r factorial multiplied with n minus r factorial. Here n is the row that we have, and r would be the position of the coefficient in the row. So let me work out this one. Here, take a random one. Here in rows is 4, the fourth row. C means choose, and its position is 2. We substitute into the equation. 4 factorial over r, which in this case is 2 factorial. 4 minus 2 is 2 factorial, equal to, here's up here, is 24 over 2 multiplied by 2 would be 4, equal to 6. Okay, if you want to know more about factorial and you want to know more about this equation and this formula, please watch the video about binomial coefficient in statistic 1. And now I want to find the coefficient of x to the power 14 of x plus 3 to the power 10t. So how can I find it? So when I expand it to the power 10t, I will have x to the power 14 multiplied by 3 to the power 6. Because the sum of their power must be equal to 20, and I multiply by, I have 20, right? 20 is at 20, the power, take the power, c. Because the number of rows is 20, so 20c is okay. But when we want to find the position where the position of this one in a row like this, we will use the power of the one which stand behind, which is 3. We don't use the power of the one which stand before. So this is what we have. The coefficient of this one will be 2 of these multiplied by each other, and we have 3 to the power 6 multiplied by 20 factorial over 6 factorial multiplied by 14 factorial, because 14 equal to 20s minus 6 equal to, we use the calculator to find this value, 28256,040. In reality and in exam, you don't have to write out this equation. Just write down this one and use your calculator to find the value of this one. And now we will solve a typical question related to binomial expansion. Find the term that's the independence of x in the expansion of the two ones. And when they say independent of x, mean that term is a constant term which contain no value of x, like x to the power 4 or x. We don't contain x in there because independent of x means we have no x. You can see that this one, the power of this one is 6, which is an even number. If we divide 6 into 2 parts, which is each part is 3, and this one takes 3 and this one takes 3. So when x to the power 3 multiply with a number over x to the power 3, they will cancel each other. So this is how we can solve the first question. So we have to the power 3, so x to the power 3 multiplied by minus 2 over x, because we know that we have to convert them into the form of a plus b to the power n to the power 3 multiplied by, as I told you before, the power 6 c, and we take the power of the one which stand behind, which is this one, its power is 3. So we have x to the cube multiplied by minus 8 over x cube multiplied by 20 equal to, but they cancel each other, so we have minus 160 will be the term that is independent of x in the expansion. And now move on to the next question. And here they say find, and this one is quite complicated to work with. First, you see 2 in here, so 2 will multiply with the term which is independent of x. So we have a part of the independent of x term, but here you can see a 3 over x squared. So we want to find the term that is independent of x. We will have to find the term of x squared of this one. You know that when they the x squared multiplied by over x squared, it will cancel each other. So now we have to find the term of x squared in here, and we have 6. Now is how we can find x squared. X to the power 4 multiplied by minus 2 over x to the power 2 multiplied by 6 c2 equal to, now you have x to the power 4 multiplied by 4 over x squared multiplied by 15 equal to x squared multiplied by 60. So why I choose 4 and 2 here? Because when they multiply by each other, they will cancel to form the x squared. And now we will find the term of independent of this one, which will be when you have y equal to 2 multiplied by 160 minus 160 because they are both term independent, they contain no x, plus with the x squared multiplied by 60 multiplied by 3 over x squared. So they will cancel each other, which will be equal to minus 320 plus 180, which is equal to minus 140. Be our answer.